Good day everyone, welcome to the second part of this tutorial, Introduction to Pixellab Part 2. So if you have not watched Part 1, I recommend that you go check it out, because in this Part 2, we're going to be repeating some things we did in Part 1, so I'm not going to really explain the way I explained in Part 1, so that we can rush. So click on our Pixellab app, let's open it. Let's click cancel because I don't want to see my previous work. Okay, we have a plain page. Let's get rid of this text. So today we're going to be dealing with shapes. Let's click the plus icon and let's go to shapes. If you come to this place, you click on it, you get option to choose different variety of shapes that you want. You can choose any one that you want. So there are different types and kinds of shape that you can choose for your work. Let's use a square so that I can explain some things. Now if you want the border of this square to be rounded, when you scroll up, you see this radius, you can just increase it. There's this place radius, you can just increase it and it's going to be rounded. You can even get a circle. And then you see some shapes have some rounded corners, so you can use the radius to do that. So you can add colors even from here, gradients from there as well. So when it comes to stroke, let's talk about the border. Like sometimes you see a shape have some certain border, maybe a black border, so let's increase the width of the stroke. And then this, you can see this is what they call stroke, like things like this. So you can change the color here. Let's use this color, let's use a gradient, or let's use a normal color. So this is how you can manipulate your shapes. So let's go. When you are done your settings for the shape and you are okay with it, you click on this check mark and it will be saved. So click on it and we have a shape. So similar to text, when you have a shape, you can always click on it, just tap on it, and then you see all its properties. If you're not seeing all its properties, make sure you click on this particular place. Now if you click on this alphabet, this place that is for text, you see that you cannot see the property for shapes, and you cannot edit your shape, just like we discussed when we were dealing with text. So you have to know the right place to click. So right now I cannot see the properties, I have to click on the shape, and when I click on it, I can now see all the properties of shape. I can now do any editing I want to do with it. So let's start with the edit. If you want to edit the property of that shape, you can always click edit and it will take you back to the place that we just left. So then we have delete. This delete, if you click on it, you can delete the shape. So let us bring it back. So we have the crop. You can crop your shape. When you crop it, maybe this shape could be a photo or anything that you want to crop, so you can always crop with this place. So you can crop your shape. So that is just crop. So you can copy your shape. So you can copy your shape. In case you want to do any design, you can always copy and keep copying. So you can copy your shapes. So now I've copied this. So now that I've copied it, now this shape is at the back of this other shapes, and I want it to be at the front. What do? I just click on it and then click on this place to front, and then it just come to the front. And now if I want it to go back to the back, I'll just have to click on this other one to back, and it will go back to where it initially was. You can do the same. If you could take this one, every shape or anything you bring in will have their own Z index, so it's going to be stacked in front of the other. So the one that you bring in recently, let me bring another one, it's going to be at the front, the rest will be at the back. But let's assume that I wanted you to be behind, just click to back. I want to just go behind the other shape or item that is there. So let me just get rid of all of them. Now let's click on the shape again. If you don't click on the shape, and even if you are at this place, it will not show you property. This is the only thing to show you sticker, import, draw, shapes, bezier and arrow. This is the only thing it's going to show you, as if you don't click on it. So let's take some time to look at some of these things as well. Like now, you click on this shape now, immediately you see all the property of the shape. But let's not click on it first. Let us look at the rest and see some things. This sticker, when you click on the sticker, you can bring, like, look, this is a light flare. It's a beautiful light flare. You can just use to lighten up your design. So you can have all those stickers here. So once you click on anywhere, it's gone. So you click on it. Immediately you click on it, have your light flare. So let's choose some stickers. You can choose basketball. You can choose, this is where you choose your stickers from. You can choose anything you want to choose. We have a lot of beautiful stickers here. Yeah. Let's use this one. We have beautiful stickers here. So we also have pro stickers. But it just took me out because I don't think I have the right to be going pro. So at this point, don't click cancel. Let's click OK so we can go back to our previous work. So let me delete this. Now we'll go to shapes. We'll go to our stickers again. Then you can choose as many stickers as you want. Sometimes you can just use something like this, some things like this to just create designs. They're beautiful stickers here. Nice stickers here. So just play around with them and get anything. Well, when you're done choosing your sticker, just click on this and it will save. So let us kind of find another property there. Then if you don't click on anything and you are in this place, this is what you're going to be seeing. I'm just trying to like use this privilege to explain it. So we have import. You can bring anything you want to bring in. Maybe whatever you want to bring in, and just going to come in. So you can bring in anything you want to bring in with import. It's similar to this plus icon here. When you click on this plus icon, you see all those things. They're just the same, but there's no need for me to explain. They're just the same. So draw, as the name sounds, is draw. You can just draw. Yeah, why not? Just draw. Then you have in your drawing, you can erase this. We have eraser and erase. So just play around with them. I don't really use this draw property because if you want to use it, maybe you should have a light pen. It will be more easier to draw. If I want to draw, I have my own software that I use to draw. I don't draw with my hands because I used to draw as well, but I don't do that with my hands. So let me get rid of this light flare effect. So we have the bezier tool. Let me show you how cool this is. So this bezier tool is just like this bezier tool. You can see what it has done. You can use it to also draw, but it's more organized than just using your draw tool. So I don't use all this thing. I'm just trying to just show you, not like I use them anyway. Show you. You can see it's curved. Just explore. That's why I design now. Explore things, do things. You can see, you can think of possibilities with this already. So it's your story. Can increase the stroke. This is your story, bro. Just play around with your story. So I don't use this. If I want to do this, I have my way of doing anything I want to do. but just in case maybe you wanna use the eraser tool, there are many things. Just play around with all of them. There are different things here. Just play around and get comfortable with your surroundings. So I'm going to just get rid of whatever I did there. So we also have the arrow. You can choose different kinds of arrow for your work. So we have nice arrows here. You can make it bigger. We have yeah, you can choose different shade of arrow. Like there are different part of the arrow. This one is the normal arrow that you know of. You can increase when you drag. Where is this my listen? Okay, when you drag this place, you can increase it and can direct it with the second circle. This second one you can use to direct the arrow. The other one you can use to increase or decrease. Just choose increase the size or reduce the size. So let me use this one. Just play around with everything here. Play around, because I will not be able to. Every time I can really show you things if I'm designing, so that's why I'm not really able to show you much. So let's go back to our shape, our tutorial for the shape. So I'll click on the shape now. When I click on the shape, let's continue. This is position. When you click on position, you can now click on this to move it to the left, click on this to move it to the right, click it to this place to move it upward, click this other one to bring it downwards. So let's do that and see. So you can see I'm clicking on this particular one right now and it's taking it to the right. So you click that one, but you can see that it's also slow. If you want to increase the movement, you want it to move very fast, you increase this other one. So this is what controls the movement. Now it's moving by 9px. We can increase it to move by up to 30px. So now if I click, you can see it's moving a bit faster. So we used to use this position maybe like when you are using small text or other things that you cannot easily move with your hands. You just use this one to move it for you and it's much easier. So that is how I use this one. Then we have relative position, which you can use to position things in different parts of the page. Let's assume now you click on this, it will position it center and position it center vertically. This one position it at the center horizontal. So we have that. Then this one will take it to this particular one will take it to the left. So just play around with all of them and get comfortable. So relative positioning, I use this all the time, so I believe you also use it. So let's look at the next one, relative size. So you can use this to increase the size and you want to increase relative. So the next one is relative size. Relative size, you can increase the size of the shape you are working on. You can increase the relative to the width or relative to the height. So just play around with them. All these things are just things you just play around with, so that when you are doing design you can just try it and it will work out for you. So let's just get out of that place and let's go to the next one, color. With color you can always color your shape any you want. So I've changed the color now. Now when you click on this plus icon, you can choose any kind of color that you want from this place. Just play with this small dot around. You can choose the color that you want. Maybe like you have a specific color in your mind. Let's assume you have a color in your mind. You can always go to this eyedropper tool. So you choose the color that you want from the background. Anything that you are using here, any item you bring here, when you choose eyedropper tool, you are going to see everything display at this place. So I don't have anything, that's why I'm just seeing only the background and this shape. So if there's small things, you can just choose the color from there and then you click on this check mark when you are done, and then that is the color. You can see I'm using the color of the background for that shape. You can see it's blending to the background now. It's almost blending. So I'm trying to say you can just choose colors like that. So just click on it and continue our tutorial. Let's still go to that color, and then you see something like gradient here. Click on gradients. You can choose up to 2 or more colors in gradients. So nice when you're doing design, when you're creating backgrounds, you don't just use plain colors for your background, it's boring. So you can use things like this and the rest to make it more interesting. So in case you have a particular gradient in mind, you can always click on this plus, and then you choose your gradient. You can choose your color. You can always adjust how it's going to look like. Just play around with this. You can play around with all this place. Just click on it, and then you see different form of gradients for what you are looking for. Then you can always choose a color. So you want to choose a color maybe for this other side. This gradients have 2 colors. It is having this ash color and this blue color. If you want to change the color, just click on it. You can see these arrows are lighted. If I click on this one, now you see so now you can change that one. Let me just change this other one. Click on this one, and then you can just click on this paint tool, and then choose a color, maybe another shade of blue, and then you click on OK, and you see that. So you can just play around. This is experiment. I don't think you really understand if you don't play around. When you start design, it will be much more clearer to you. So just get used to the gradients. It's nice. So for the sake of this tutorial, because it's not going to be nice to use gradients, I'm just going to cancel this. Let's go back to our normal shapes, and then let's continue. We have texture. You can add image to your shapes. So when you click on this place, you can add an image. So let's say you want to add an image to your shape, you can always add an image to your shape. So okay, that was my mistake. If you want to see the image I've added to the shape, you have to first remove the background color from the shape. That way the texture, that is the image you have chosen, will now show. Let's remove the background color. So you go to your color, and then let's turn off this, and then you can see the image that we chose for the shape. So that's how to add texture. So in case you want to use a background for your shapes, like an image or something for your shapes, you can always use texture. Just click on it and let's continue our tutorial. And then we have opacity. Opacity determines the visibility, how visible your shape is. So let's reduce the visibility. When you reduce this, you can see it's going to reduce, and when you increase it, it's going to be more visible. So it determines the visibility. Just play around with it. So you are going to use it a lot. Sometimes you want some effects to just be on the flyer, but not very visible. So we use this to play around with it. So let us go back to the color version of the shape. The next element is color filters. So you cannot use that on this shape. You can only use it on images. We are using this. So you want to apply your color filters to it, just click on it, and then you can now change the colors. You can see this. You can manipulate it as you like. You can saturation, contrast, all of them give different fields and color. Now we have stroke. Stroke, I've explained when we're creating this shape. When you put it on, you see the border behind it. That's what they call stroke. You can increase the width of the stroke. So next one is the eraser tool. Eraser tool can erase part of any design. So I don't use this a lot, although sometimes I just use it to like clear a few things, but I don't see the reason why I should. Then we have the marks. I use this all the time, but we're going to be using this if you want to, like, there's some things we are going to do. Some complex design we are going to be using these marks. With these marks, you can, if you turn this on like this on, if you turn it off, you see nothing happens. If you turn it on, you can see it hides. So this is the marks. this is the mask. So any place you want to hide in the shape, just put on the mask and turn it on, and then it's going to hide. We have the erase color. If you want to erase any color, just click on this erase color, turn it on. So let's assume I have this red color and I want to remove the color. I can always go to erase color and just toggle this on, and then the red color will be removed. So you can always control the tolerance and make it smooth. So let's go to the next one, rotate. You can rotate your shapes just by toggling this. And let's go to the next one, 3D rotate. You can rotate your shape 3D. Just be playing around, just play around with this. See, you can see some perspective here. So now let's go to perspective. House rush. Perspective, you can just give some perspective effect to it where I want it to look like. I used to use this all the time a lot, and one of my tutorial videos we are going to be watching later. I want to recommend it for you later, not in this video though. For my students, you will find it. It's on my channel anyway. I use this perspective a lot. When you just toggle it on, then you see cool effects. And then look at shadow. Can give your user some shadows to look weird. Sometimes when you do something, just give it some shadow, not too much shadow. So we have inner shadow, as the name suggests, inner. So it's going to be shadow that's from the inside. That one was from outside, it's going to be from inside. So just play around with it. So let me rush on that. Embrace. So let's toggle it on, and then you can see what it does. You can see just like light effects. So we have shadow, we have embrace. So embrace is about light, shadow is about darkness. So after this, where is that this where you run into, we have this as well. We click on this. So I want this to be the last tutorial, so I click on that. We have other things, but this one is focused on the background. So just look at them. It's for the background. So I change the color, and I'm going to change the color of the background, so you can see that. So play around with all this. I don't want to explain it, so because it's very easy, just go by it, just like what we did on the listing. You see image, you click on it, everything's just going to affect the background. Then the last one is going to be this. So click on each of them and see what they do, and click on them and see what they do, so they can use them in your design. So that is your own part of the assignment. Just do that. If you have any question, things you don't understand, maybe things is complex and you want me to do a video on it, you can always request for a video in the comment section. If you want to save your work, the last thing, very important. So along the line when we are working, we are going to be seeing the rest of the tool. For now, I think we'll just stop there. So you hover over this, like click on it, and then you see two options, save as project. So sometimes you are working, try to be saving your work as project sometimes. So you can always go back to it, give it a name. No one names that work well, just name it anyhow you feel like naming it. And if you want to save it to your gallery, just save it as image. And then look at this format. If you want it to have want to be a PNG, you click on this arrow and then you choose your PNG. PNG means no background. If you want them to be a background, you choose JPG. Then the quality is all quality. The animation of the quality is always on default. If I need to save my work with ultra, click on that arrow and then click on ultra. That will give it very high resolution, and then you can now save to gallery, or you can share it. So you just click save to gallery. It is saved. If it's nothing else to discuss, we are going to be going to the design phase. We are going to be doing some basic designs. So please subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.